Welcome back to Empowerment and Illness. I'm Gwen, your host. This month is Lupus Awareness Month, and I want to spend time talking about lupus in a way that feels informative and useful. Not just the facts, not just the ribbon, not just the awareness post, but the lived reality of what it means when your body is fighting battles other people can't always see. When people hear the word lupus, many still don't know what it means. Some know it's autoimmune, some know it can cause pain or fatigue, some have heard that it's serious, but they don't understand how unpredictable it can be. And when an illness is unpredictable, it can be hard for the outside world to understand why one day looks possible and the next day feels impossible. So today, we're talking about what people still don't understand about lupus. We're talking about the gap between what others see and what someone may be carrying inside their body. We're talking about the exhaustion of explaining, the frustration of being doubted, and the quiet courage it takes to keep showing up when your symptoms don't always come with visible proof. This episode isn't here to define your illness for you. It's here to give language to what many people with lupus have been trying to say for years. I may not look sick to you, but that doesn't mean my body is well. I may be smiling, working, parenting, traveling, resting, or simply trying to get through the day. And none of that erases what lupus asks of me. So let's get into it. One of the hardest parts of lupus awareness is that so much of the illness can live beneath the surface. Someone can be dealing with deep fatigue, joint pain, inflammation, brain fog, chest discomfort, headaches, skin sensitivity, or the aftermath of a flare, and still look fine to someone passing by. That word, fine, can become heavy when people use it to dismiss what they don't understand. We live in a world that often wants visible proof before it offers support. A cast makes sense to people. A surgical scar makes sense. A hospital bracelet makes sense. But lupus doesn't always announce itself in ways other people recognize. Some symptoms appear and disappear. Some are internal. Some are embarrassing to explain. Some are so constant that the person living with them stops mentioning them because they don't want to sound like they're complaining. That creates a painful kind of isolation. Not because the person with lupus wants pity, but because they want reality to be recognized. They want someone to understand that getting dressed may have taken more effort than anyone saw. They want someone to understand that canceling plans may not mean they didn't care. They want someone to understand that their body can look calm on the outside while everything inside feels loud. This is why awareness matters, but not in a surface level way. Awareness can't stop at lupus exists. It has to move until lupus affects real people in complicated, changing ways. It has to teach people that visibility is not the same as validity. A symptom doesn't become real only when someone else can measure it, photograph it, or witness it. People living with lupus often become educators by default. They explain their diagnosis to family, friends, co-workers, school staff, medical team, insurance companies, and sometimes strangers who ask personal questions they haven't earned the right to ask. That explaining becomes its own kind of labor, especially when someone is already tired. There's a difference between sharing information and having to defend your reality. Sharing can feel empowering when someone listens with care. Defending feels draining because it requires proof, patience, and emotional energy. It puts the person with lupus in a position of having to convince others that their experience deserves to be taken seriously. And sometimes the questioning comes with judgment hidden inside them. But you were okay yesterday. Are you sure you can't push through? Maybe you just need more rest. You don't look sick. Is it really that bad? These comments may not always be meant to hurt, but they can land heavily because they reveal how little room people leave for fluctuating illness. This is where tools like My Voice Ally can support the person who is tired of starting from scratch every time. Having words prepared ahead of time can help. A short explanation, a boundary, or a clear request can protect energy. You don't have to give a full presentation every time someone misunderstands. Sometimes the most powerful things you can say is, "Lupus is unpredictable, and today my body needs more support than usual." Not everyone wants to talk publicly about their lupus. Some people share openly. Some people share only with close family. Some people keep their diagnosis private at work or in certain relationships. All of those choices are valid. Awareness should never pressure someone to disclose more than what they want to share. There's a difference between choosing privacy and being forced into invisibility. Privacy means you control your story. Invisibility means the world refuses to see the weight you're carrying. A person can be private and still deserve accommodations. They can be private and still deserve compassion. They can be private and still deserve to have their symptoms taken seriously by people who don't know. That distinction matters because awareness campaign can sometimes make it seem like everyone has to be loud, visible, and public to make a difference. Some of the strongest advocacy happens in quiet ways. It happens when someone corrects a misunderstanding in a doctor's office. It happens when someone asks for help before they collapse. It happens when someone teaches one trusted person how to support them during a flare. Making lupus visible doesn't have to mean putting your whole life on display. It can mean helping the person around you understand that your capacity changes. It can mean naming your limits without apologizing for them. It can mean refusing to shrink your experience just because someone else is uncomfortable with illness they can't neatly understand. Real awareness changes how people respond. It should make family members more patient when plans shift. It should make workplaces more thoughtful about flexibility. It should make friends check in without making the person feel guilty. It should make healthcare conversations more respectful. It should make support less dependent on whether symptoms are visible that day. Awareness should always make room for the emotional side of lupus. People often focus on the body, and yes, the body matters deeply, but there's also fear before appointments, frustrations after dismissive conversations, sadness when life has to be rearranged, and anxiety when a flare begins. Those emotions don't mean someone is weak. They mean they're living with uncertainty. For the person listening who has lupus, you don't have to make your illness easier for others to understand by minimizing it. You don't have to perform wellness to keep people comfortable. You don't have to explain every symptom in perfect language before your needs are real. Your body is allowed to have needs before the world fully understands them. And for the person listening, because someone they love has lupus, believe them. Believe them when they say they're tired. Believe them when they say they need to cancel. Believe them when they say they're scared. Believe them before they have to prove it. That kind of belief can become a lifeline. Being misunderstood over and over can change the way a person moves through the world. It can make someone with lupus pause before they speak, soften what they really mean, or leave out details because they don't want to sound dramatic. It can make them say, "I'm just tired," when what they really mean is, "My body feels like it's fighting me today, and I'm scared of what happens if I keep pushing." That kind of editing takes energy. It takes a person to manage not only their symptoms, but also other people's reaction to those symptoms. They may be thinking about how to explain a flare without sounding unreliable, how to ask for help without feeling like a burden, or how to cancel plans without disappointing someone they care about. The illness is already heavy, but the fear of being misunderstood can make it even heavier. Misunderstanding can also affect trust. If someone has been dismissed too many times, they may stop sharing until things get serious. They may wait too long to ask for support. They may push through pain at work, at home, or in public because they don't want another conversation where they have to defend what their body is doing. That silence can look like independence from the outside, but sometimes it's protection. And this is why the way we respond matters. When someone tells us they're struggling, we have a chance to either make the next conversation safer or harder. Our response like, "I believe you," can soften the fear. Our response like, "What do you need today?" can make someone feel possible. A response like, "Thank you for telling me," can remind someone that they don't have to earn compassion through visible suffering. For the person living with lupus, I want to say this clearly. Being misunderstood doesn't mean you explained it wrong. Sometimes people don't understand because they haven't learned enough yet. Sometimes they're uncomfortable with illness that doesn't follow a clear pattern. Sometimes they're holding on to ideas about strength, productivity, or reliability that leaves no room for a body with changing limits. You are allowed to protect your energy in those moments. You are allowed to use shorter explanations. You are allowed to decide who gets more details and who only gets the basic truth. You don't have to turn every conversation into a teaching moment, especially when you're already worn out. And for the listeners who love someone with lupus, this is where awareness becomes personal. Don't make them convince you every time. Don't treat every change plan like a character flaw. Don't assume quiet means fine. Practice becoming someone they don't have to brace themselves to talk to. Because the cost of being misunderstood isn't just emotional. It can affect rest, communication, relationships, work, care, and confidence. But the gift of being believed can give some of that energy back. It can make someone feel less alone in a body that already asks so much of them. Set aside some quiet time this week with your journal. These prompts are meant to help you notice your direction, not judge your pace. When someone says, "But you don't look sick," what emotions comes up first? Frustration, sadness, anger, guilt, loneliness, or something else? Where do you feel that emotion in your body? Don't explain it away, just notice it. Are there parts of lupus you've been keeping invisible because explaining them feels too exhausting? Write them down. The symptoms, the fear, the limits, the adjustments, the things you quietly manage before anyone else notices. What's one sentence you wish people understood about your life with lupus? Write it as clearly and honestly as you can. Then ask yourself, who in my life needs to hear this? And what would help me feel safe enough to share it? For our listeners' action plan, this week we're asking you to take 3 practical steps toward better understanding and supporting someone living with lupus or another invisible chronic illness. Step 1. Check your assumptions. Think about one person in your life who lives with lupus or chronic illness. Ask yourself, have I ever expected their illness to look a certain way before I fully believed them? Write down one assumption you want to let go of, such as, if they look fine yesterday, they should be fine today. Or, if they don't talk about symptoms often, they must be doing okay. Step 2. Offer one specific support. Reach out with one clear offer instead of a general. Let me know if you need anything. You might say, "I can bring dinner one night this week." Or, "Would it help if I drove you to an appointment?" Or, "Do you want me to sit with you while you make that phone call?" Make the offer simple, respectful, and easy to answer. Step 3. This week, when someone says they're tired, in pain, overwhelmed, or unable to do something, practice responding with trust instead of questions that make them defend themselves. Try saying, "I believe you. Thank you for telling me." Or, "What would help today?" Let your support show up before they have to prove how sick they are. And now, a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by My Voice Ally, an empowerment and illness tool created to help you find the words when chronic illness makes communication feel heavy. Living with lupus can mean explaining symptoms that other people can't see, asking for support when your energy is low, or preparing for conversations with doctors, family, work, or school. And when you're already tired, it can be hard to start from scratch every time. My Voice Ally helps you prepare clear, steady language before you need it. Whether you're trying to describe a flare, set a boundary, ask for flexibility, or explain what support looks like today. Having your words ready can make the moment feel less overwhelming. You don't have to prove your pain to deserve care. You don't have to explain everything perfectly to be believed. My Voice Ally is here to help you protect your voice, organize your thoughts, and speak with more clarity when lupus tries to take over the conversation. Be prepared. Don't panic. And now, back to the show. Before we leave, I would like to close with a special portion of the show I call Healing Heartbeats. This is where we allow ourselves to wallow in sorrow. Give yourself 3 minutes to laugh, cry, scream, cuss, or just sit in silence. Whatever you need to do to feel it, do it. Let the depression in for only 3 minutes. Once you've reached 3 minutes, compartmentalize it and get back to living. This is a rinse and repeat behavior. You cannot let depression take over, because when it does, it will not let go. When we hear about the passing of someone, they have the day they were born and the day they pass away. There is a dash in the middle. It's not a long line, but a short dash. That dash represents your life. Go live in spite of having a chronic illness. Don't let your condition stop you. As we move through Lupus Awareness Month, I want us to think about visibility in a deeper way. Visibility is not about wearing purple or posting a fact. Those things can matter, but they're only the beginning. Visibility means making room for the full truth of this illness, including the parts that don't fit neatly into a quick explanation. If you're living with lupus, I hope this episode gives you language for what you already know in your body. You're not imagining the gaps between how you look and how you feel. You're not being dramatic when you ask for understanding. You're not difficult because you need change from day to day. And if you're supporting someone with lupus, let this be an invitation to listen more closely. Ask what support looks like today. Don't assume yesterday's energy is available again. Don't wait until someone breaks down before you believe they're struggling. Remember, you have the strength, the heart, and the support to continue your journey. Be safe.